What's up, beautiful children of God? Welcome on today's episode. I am Y311H, and together we shall be diving into something epic, wild, and maybe even a little bit surprising. But first, child of God, we have to anchor ourselves in truth with words of wisdom from the Guide of Life. Today's verse comes from the book of John. John chapter 12 and verse 34. 24, going down. It was Jesus speaking. He said, I tell you the truth, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single grain. The man who loves his life will lose it, while the man who hates his life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, my servant also will be. My Father will honor the one who serves me. Good friends, child of God, here we are dedicated to spreading our message of love, peace, honesty, forgiveness, and unity to the whole world, guided by the Supreme Maker. So let's take a few seconds and say a short quick prayer before we dive in. Thank you, wonderful Father, for your love. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for time, Father, to be together with your beautiful child here, today's viewer, to spread love through the videos we have. We give you glory for that, Father. Today, as we humble ourselves before you, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, we pray that this video, Father, might be like transforming to this person that will come across it, Father. Bless them abundantly, forgive this viewer all their sins, Father, and lead them in your path. May they see your goodness all around them, Father, and give them hope. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's dive in, child of God.
Why is no one talking about the portal that was literally just caught opening right in between the Earth's atmosphere and space? Yeah, and what's even worse is they're calling it red lightning and saying that it created something called a sprite and they caught it from outer space. And it's not like a little tiny, like, ooh, it's just a little light. No, I know a portal when I see one. Yeah, and like the same day, CERN apparently turned on the Hadron Collider to now begin to discover new particles by colliding shit with oxygen now. Oxygen. They're fucking around with oxygen and the Hadron Collider, smashing particles into each other, and all of a sudden we get this magnificent, glorious sprite on camera. So this is the picture that was actually caught by an astronaut and sent it on down to space to let us know what the fuck was going on. And that's what they caught. A sprite, red lightning, and I just want to know we are being gaslit so fucking hard. And the fact that this happens right as they begin to smash particles of oxygen into other particles with that Hadron Collider to try to recreate the beginning of the universe, still fucking around over there at CERN, I think it's kind of mysterious. But what they're saying is that that astronaut snapped a giant red jellyfish sprite over North America during upward shooting lightning event. This was captured by astronaut Nicole Ayers, and basically it was shooting up over Mexico and the southern U.S. states. So that researchers are saying they don't know what causes it or what it is, and it's a rare phenomenon, and they're trying to study it. That happened yesterday on the 4th of July. Yep, right when they decided to, again, fuck around with the Hadron Collider again. But yeah, just a rare jellyfish sprite, absolutely not a portal. Not a portal with red lightning. Those two things have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Nothing at all. Just a coincidence.
Do y'all remember when y'all told me Bones was wet? You remember how that bothered a lot of y'all? Why does that bother so many of y'all? Because there's so many other things that bother me so much more than the fact that my bones are wet. For example, people say don't bleach your hair, you're gonna kill it. Your hair is dead. If your hair was alive, you would be able to feel it when you cut it. Your hair is already dead coming out your scalp. Why am I growing dead things out my body? You have 2 kidneys. but you can live with one. Why do I have two if I can live with one? Why is my body producing backup organs of one of my organs, but not all of my organs? Why I don't got two hearts? Why don't I have a backup stomach in case mine gets too full? My understanding is your liver, your pancreas, your bladder, and your colon are all basically filtration systems for the shit that don't belong in your body, right? I don't really exactly know what the appendix is for. There's a theory that it has a lot of good toxins in it, which doesn't make sense to me, because if there's good toxins in it, why can it kill you if it blows up? But then there was another theory that I heard in school once upon a days ago, where the appendix was some form of a filtration system that we no longer need, right? Well, what was it filtering? What was it filtering that we no longer need? Fuck all that. Why do we have an organ that we don't know exactly what it did? We just know we don't need it no more. And if it could kill you when it blows the fuck up, why don't we just take it out from birth? That might be an ignorant question to some of y'all, but I have yet to get a straight answer from anybody. Why is it that the two major senses that I have can just be fucked up at any given day? Why is it that I could wake up one day and get punched real hard and then my eyes suddenly just gone, detached, no longer working? Or I could get yelled at real fucking loud in my ear, gunshot right here, now I can't hear shit. You would think that you would put a greater protection system against these senses. Why the fuck does my ear only have this? Why does my eye only have eyelid? Why don't I have better protection for senses? My tongue, my taste buds has mouth, teeth, lips. Bro, I don't even like the taste of half the food I put in my mouth. Why the fuck does this not have the same protection as this? Furthermore, why is the tongue one of the strongest muscles in the body? I'm gay and I don't even understand that. Why the fuck is something that I would never use in a fight one of the strongest muscles in my body? I'm not gonna punch nobody with this. Why is this stronger than this? And why can you knock me out with this part of my jaw? Why can you knock me out with this part of my jaw? That's what the fuck I want to know. How is this connected to the central nervous system up here? Why can you punch me here and knock me out up here? That's what I want to know. Y'all worried about the wrong thing if you ask me. Fuck my bones.
Did you hear about the huge mystery that all the cats in the state of Florida and in southern Georgia are traveling to Miami and gathering in this certain spot? It's baffling the scientific experts, and it's baffling the local city governors. They don't know what to do. And it's all the way, like I said, from Jacksonville, Florida, that is the most north of the state, and in Georgia, the cats are just leaving the homes. The ones that are domesticated, the alley cats are leaving, and they're trekking hundreds of miles all the way down to the south of the state. Scientific experts think that there might be some magnetic thing going on, like there's a magnetic epicenter there that's messing with the cats' brains, and it's causing them to want to gather here. But look at all of these cats. And so local officials are going to PetSmart and asking them, hey, do you have any food that you can donate? Because we don't want these cats to die of a fatality death. They've tried to shoo them away at first, but the cats just keep coming back and coming back. And so I think it's kind of cool and kind of neat and fun, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated. But what do you think about this?
I'm trying to quit smoking, and I'm
Trying?
really trying.
I see.
And I'm on these pills that help suppress the cravings.
All
Those
right.
have helped a bit.
All right.
This is the first time that I've really decided and committed.
Yes.
And so I'm down. I've gone down, and the latest one is I got down from 12 to 3, and then
all
I
right.
got down from 3 to 1.
Yes.
And then I went up again to 3.
All right.
And the cravings just take over my body, and I'm just like, I can't think unless I.
Oh, all right.
And
Would
what
you
do I do?
like to do a completely thorough detoxification of your body?
No, but I'm willing.
No? There's that wonderful paradoxical language again. No, but I'm willing. No, but yes. Yes, but no.
I'm just being honest. It
Thank
doesn't
you.
sound like fun. However,
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Why are you uncertain about being willing to do a detoxification if the detoxification might remove the craving?
Because it sounds like it won't feel good.
Why do you think that?
That's a good point. 'Cause I haven't
Thank you. Who told you that detoxification has to feel bad?
I did.
Yeah, why?
So I guess so I wouldn't do it.
Thank you. Because you don't want to stop.
Oh, part of me absolutely doesn't want to stop.
There are no part of you.
Oh.
There is you or there is not you.
Okay.
You see, this is part of the problem that you're having. Is you're not defining yourself holistically, but you're defining yourself as a bunch of conflicting parts.
Uh-huh.
So if you define yourself holistically and really be honest, as you say, then you will honestly admit the you are now doesn't want to stop.
Okay, I do admit that.
Thank you. Now, there is another you that does want to stop, but even more important than that, there is another you that never started. You understand?
No.
All right, let us explain. This is what we euphemistically call in your language the 13th step. Some of you are ready for this, some of you are not. It's all right, no judgment. But let us explain this idea and see if your mind can wrap around it.
Okay, yes.
All right? All right. You understand the idea that we have expressed many times that any change is a total change?
Yes.
Yes? Or yes?
Yes, yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
Then explain it to me.
Oh, shoot.
You see, there's going to be a test on some of this,
Well, when you change it,
because you might just be blowing smoke in my eye.
I might do. When you change something, you've said it's a total change because it shifts it from one thing to another.
What does that mean? What do you mean, one thing
Okay,
to
I'm
another?
busted.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you for being truly honest. Here's what we mean. Imagine, in your mind's eye, a blue cube. Do you see it?
Yes.
All right. It has 6 blue sides. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Now, imagine in your mind's eye a cube with 5 blue sides and 1 red one. Do you see it?
Yes.
All right. Now, there are 2 ways primarily to look at this. You could say that there is a blue cube and you have made one small change to that blue cube by changing one of its sides to red. But it's the same cube with just one small change, a red side. Or you could say, wait a minute, a totally blue cube and a cube with 5 blue sides and 1 red one are 2 completely different cubes.
Yeah.
Completely different cubes. One has nothing to do with the other. They're 2 completely different cubes, 2 completely different realities, 2 completely different universes. Unto themselves, each with their own qualities. Intact, having nothing to do with one another. You follow me?
Yes.
So, when we talk about the idea that every change is a total change, the idea is that if you take one thing, you can think you're making a small change in that thing, or you can realize that if you change anything, you've changed the whole thing to another thing altogether, in another reality altogether, with its own unique qualities having nothing to do with the cube that was there a moment ago. You follow me so far?
Yes.
So, this also is done with yourself as a personality. You must understand that what you are as a person, what you are as a personality, is an artificial construct. It's a temporary mask that you're projecting with your consciousness. You follow me?
Yes.
All right. So the idea of the urge to smoke, the craving, that exists as a component in one personality equation. That personality equation is one person, a whole person, a complete person unto herself in her own universe.
Yes.
Now, there is also the idea that if you don't smoke, then there is also a universe for that person. A person who has quit smoking is its own idea. And one of the qualities of that description, one of the qualities of that equation is you are someone who used to smoke. That's a description unto itself.
Yes.
There is also another reality of a version of you that never did smoke. Ever. And so, that person cannot have cravings because they never started smoking. You follow me?
Yeah.
All right. Now, the way to be that person is to understand the following notion. There is only here and now. You follow me?
Yes.
This is all there is. There is only one moment in creation. So, anything you think of as a different moment, a different reality, is actually the same one moment from a different point of view.
Yes.
All right. Now, so you could say, all right, there is a version of me that does not smoke. And in understanding that everything exists only in the now, then you also understand that the concept of the past and the concept of the future are just illusionary. You follow me? All right. If you know that the past is illusionary, then you must also follow the next chain in the logic, which is the past does not create the present. Instead, if you only exist now and the past is an illusion, it's the present that creates the past. Every single person that you choose to be at any given moment has her own past. Her own unique past, different from any other version's past. So if you choose to be a person that does not smoke now, you can also recognize that that person now must, by definition, have a past wherein she never did smoke. And that's why she doesn't smoke now.
Wow.
Yes.
So I have to convince myself of that.
Yes. But you see, it's not just a matter of convincing. It's simply a matter of recognizing what the actual nature and structure of existence actually is like. Because once you understand what I've explained to you, it will make total sense that what you define yourself to be now actually creates a new past for that new person. It has to. Because in a space-time frame reference, in order to be whoever it is you're defining yourself to be now, with respect to the idea of causality as you believe in it in space-time, to be who you are now, that person has to have had a specific kind of past in order to be that person, because you believe that the past creates the present. So use that belief to your advantage by knowing that if you change the person you are also allowing yourself to change the past that will then allow you to be the person you want to be in the present. By becoming someone who never smoked, and therefore why should she have cravings? She never smoked. When you are that person, the cravings won't exist because they're not a part of the equation that makes up the definition of who you are as a person, because they never did. Does this make some sense to your mind?
It does, and it seems like, wouldn't that be an amazing gift for that habit to give to me on the positive side?
Yes. Well, you see, that's why many of you do what you do. Remember that because of the kind of reality you have created, and the kind of detachment that you have created, and the kind of forgetfulness you have created for yourself about who you really are, you are still very, very clever and creative beings. And very often, if the only way to find out what you are is by finding out what you are not, then that's the way you'll do it. And so sometimes you will choose paths that would seem to be negative and detrimental and destructive to you, so that you can finally get to a realization that really isn't who I prefer to be. And therefore, yes, it has served you in a positive way. And the fact that you just said that and had that recognition means that that recognition in that 1 second actually came from the reality of a person who never smoked. You follow me? All right. So, mull this around, see if that works for you, and if it does, go forth in that state of being. Why? Because circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters. What state of being do I prefer to be?
Something just lit up the sky from space, and no, it wasn't a satellite or a meteor. It was a massive red lightning-like flash shooting up from this Earth's atmosphere, and it was caught live from the International Space Station. It's called a sprite. It's a rare, mysterious phenomenon that scientists still don't fully understand. But this latest capture from orbit, it's one of the clearest we've ever seen, and it's already raising new questions about what's happening high above our storms. And that's not even the coolest part. This could have massive implications for our atmosphere and maybe even our climate. Let's break down what we know, because the electric sky event is more than just a pretty picture. So my name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm a publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. So on July 3rd, astronaut Nicole Ayers' call sign Vapor was cruising about 400 kilometers above Earth on board the ISS. As the station passed over North America, Ayers captured something stunning. A vivid red sprite towering above a thunderstorm over Mexico and the southern U.S. So that thing's pretty cool looking. It looks like super sci-fi. It's got like a little, it's like shooting up like a lightning strike that goes into the sky. So there's also some other, like a little montage video we have of some other events that were happening off the coast of Florida, it looks like, where you could see the lightning strikes going vertical as well as going down. It's pretty cool stuff. The world's weird. It's like there's so much electricity and other things happening. I'm not that big of a science guy, but I thought this was pretty neat, and I wanted to cover it today. So, yeah, I just think it's awesome. Those guys got to see some stuff that's just pretty incredible. So let's get into what sprites are. Sprites are a part of a broader class called transient luminous events, or TLEs. They include red tendrils, like what Ayers saw, but also blue jets that shoot up like spears, and donut-shaped elves that pulse across the sky in milliseconds. Tell me in the comments, did you guys even know this kind of lightning existed? I honestly didn't, which is why I'm doing a video. Normally I cover politics, and this stuff's just pretty neat. So what makes sprites so fascinating is their altitude. These are not your everyday lightning bolts. They happen above thunderstorms between 40 and 90 kilometers up in the metasphere, or the mesosphere, and lower ionosphere. And they're not even caused by direct lightning. It's the electric field, which I didn't know that. It's the electric field from a strong positive cloud to ground strike that triggers a kind of breakdown in the thin air above the atmosphere. And the result? A red flash that looks like a jellyfish made of energy. That's pretty cool. I made sure we included some of those in the thumbnail like that. It's just pretty neat. And this July 3rd sprite, it had all the classic features. A bright white base, red tendrils, and skylights twinkling beneath it. Scientists are calling it one of the best orbital captures to date. And this is where everything changes. Why do we care? Because when these events alter the chemistry of the upper atmosphere, they can create nitrogen oxides that impact ozone.
So my cats can hear the difference between these plates and the plates that we use to put the wet food on. Excuse the mess, but as you can see, the cats are not here right now. This doesn't trigger them like these. As you can see, nothing. But watch when I touch their plates. It's these ones. That's weird, right?
Oh my God. I cannot believe I'm getting this on video. Bitch, I told you. I ain't about to release this shit though. I'm not trying to have somebody follow me. Bro, what in the hell? What the fuck?
And NASA astronaut Nicole Ayers posted a spectacular image from the space station of what's known as a sprite. That's a brief blast of electricity that occurs high above thunderstorms in the upper atmosphere. Ayers explains that photos like this help scientists better understand this rare phenomenon because ground-based observers rarely catch sprites. The ISS offers an unobstructed view above the storm systems.
Okay, so they've messed with the timelines. So we're in Satan's little season. So there's the real timeline we're on and the timeline they pretend we're on. So if we look here, we've got Christ's birth. And then 33 AD is the crucifixion. 33 years later, he comes back, 66 AD. And there's the tribulation, seven-year tribulation. And then we have the millennial kingdom. He spreads his kingdom, his laws, his way he wants the world to be run throughout the world. That's Tartaria. But they've taken that word, Tartaria. That's the millennial kingdom. That's his reign, all the beautiful buildings. Michelangelo, Angel Michael, Raphael, doing all their beautiful artwork. That is the millennial kingdom. They were living off ether, or free energy, that they now package up and put through pipes to our houses. Okay. The millennial kingdom ended 1066. Anyone who's British will recognise that as the Battle of Hastings. This is when most history in British schools is start to be taught. We're told there's nothing of importance before, in between these two times. There's just feudalism, there's just, just ignore that. 1066, Battle of Hastings. They're coming back for us. They renamed it to 1666, the year of the Great Fire of London. They came back. When did they come back? Do you remember the 21st night of September? That is them coming back. And that time all the way up in Halloween, that year, 1666, which is actually 1066, in my opinion, that is when they started causing all their chaos, their carnage. But I think it took them the 100 years to find Satan and loose him. I don't think it was instantaneous. I don't think they knew where he was. I think they had to find certain things, I don't know what, to free the chains. I don't think it was necessarily an instantaneous moment. Michael threw him into the abyss. So then it's been 249 years. 4th of July, 1776, he was released. That's what's memorised in the Statue of Liberty, the freedom of Satan. And we are here, 249 years later. What have we got to come? This, the final battle. This is the timeline they try and present to us. Jesus, nothing happened. This was actually the tribulation. They spread it through the first, what they call the 9 centuries, so they've added time. They spread the history of the tribulation, which all happened in a very short 7-year period over these years, so it's not suspicious, so we don't understand the devastation that was caused in this time. They've extended it for this reason. So this bit that they completely ignore is just boring feudalism, few kings, nothing worth noting. Then this is when they added the time to take us to 1666. some of this, I think history was true. I think some of it may have even been completely fabricated. I think Henry VIII and his destruction of the monasteries, I think this was all in this time frame. I think that was potentially him coming loose and destroying all of the evidence of this, the beauty of it. And then so we've got 1666 when they admit to the obviously Great Fires, and they all started from here, and the American Revolution, and then we've got 249 years to today, and the next year of celebrations that Trump's arranged to celebrate the 250th year of his season.
You can understand why they don't want you to know about this document. I didn't even know about this document because this document speaks against the narrative. Because it's contradicting, it doesn't make sense. The Havara Agreement during wartime? Like, listen to what this says and tell me if you or this will make you a denier. Not saying I'm a denier, I'm just saying that it contradicts the narrative. Heavily.
We all agree that not learning about the Havara Agreement is weird.
Huh?
Skylar, can you pull this up? The Havara Agreement? I mean, what? You didn't even learn about it because then maybe you would ask another question that they don't want you asking, and this is why the new radical Zionist pitch is, you're not just asking questions. Don't ask any questions. Don't. Just remember what you learned in public school, and that's it. Can you pull this up on Wikipedia? We're going to get this up for you. The Havara Agreement. The Havara Agreement is the transfer agreement. It was an agreement between Nazi Germany and Zionist organizations that was signed on the 25th of August of 1933.
Huh?
When Hitler was in power.
During war.
They signed an agreement with the Nazis. The agreement was finalized after 3 months of talks by the Zionist Federation of Germany, the Anglo-Palestine Bank, under the directive of the Jewish Agency, and the economic authorities of Nazi Germany. It was a major factor in making it possible for people to migrate approximately 60,000 German Jews to Palestine between 1933 and 1939. That's during wartime, right? So, of course, you naturally would go, okay, and this is why I didn't learn this as well. Maybe you did. Did you guys learn it? Did you learn it? I'm going to check the chat. You naturally go, okay, so some were being legally transferred to be allowed to resettle in Palestine while the rest of them were being killed. Like, how did they decide who? But no.
You do understand, right, how that completely goes against what we've been taught. Well, because you have to ask questions. You have to be like, wait. How did they choose who they unalived and sent to the camps over the people that got to migrate or settle in Palestine? And why is this the first time I've ever heard about this? And it's 2025. Do I have to really spell out why this information contradicts the events that we've been propagated to believe as a narrative back in 1930 to 40s? Because it also doesn't make sense that you go from Time Magazine's Man of the Year to Megamaniacal Maniac. I mean, what? I'm not a denier, but I'm saying.